Hey, KidNuz fans! As you know, we're always working to increase the news IQ of our listeners. Now there's a way to help them improve in all sorts of subjects. IXL is an online learning platform helping millions of K-12 kids up their academic game. 75 scientific studies back up the boost they'll get in math, science, reading, and social studies. Kids get instant feedback and explanations. Parents get reports showing what's working and where more help might be needed. And right now, KidNuz listeners can try it out for 20% off when they sign up at ixl.com/kidnews. Check out the monthly and annual memberships at ixl.com/kidnews. Good morning and welcome to KidNuz. I'm Kim. Today is Monday, November 4th, Election Eve 2024. And we begin with campaign crunch time just hours ahead of the 2024 presidential election. Just as Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump are crisscrossing the battleground states working to get out the vote, so too are companies offering voting day perks and promos. Need a ride to a polling place? Uber and Lyft have Election Day discounts. Crave a donut? Get one free at Krispy Kreme with an I voted sticker. Election Day is not a federal holiday in the U.S., but according to the Society for Human Resource Management, more than 2,000 companies have pledged to give employees paid time off to vote, including Bank of America, IKEA, Patagonia, and Visa. And according to ABC News, free childcare during voting hours is available in at least 10 states. 11-time Olympic track and field medalist Allison Felix has paired up with the nonprofit Chamber of Mothers to offer up 2 hours of paid childcare in North Carolina through a service called PolySit. Those in areas impacted by Hurricane Helene can get up to a full day. Brat summer may not be over after all. Collins Dictionary has announced the term, made popular by singer Charlie XCX, as its word of the year, saying it established itself as an aesthetic and way of life. Collins defines brat as having a confident, independent, and self-indulgent attitude, while, according to NBC News, XCX and her fans say, brat is someone who is unapologetically themselves. Other words considered included era, a nod to Taylor Swift's Eras tour, brain rot, yapping, and delulu. A final burst of speed from Abdi Nagy of the Netherlands was enough to clinch the win at yesterday's New York City Marathon. According to the New York Times, Nagy was running shoulder to shoulder with 2022 winner Evans Chebet as they entered Central Park, but sprinted across the finish line 6 seconds ahead in a time of 2 hours, 7 minutes, and 29 seconds. On the women's side, Sheila Chepkurui of Kenya held off her rivals to claim her first major marathon title in 2 hours, 24 minutes, and 35 seconds. 2 other Kenyans finished second and third. 2 Americans won the wheelchair division, Daniel Romanchuk for the men and Susanna Scaroni for the women. The words bat and beautiful may not naturally go together, but the Bureau of Land Management, or BLM, would beg to differ. For the third consecutive year, a bat from Southern Oregon was crowned the winner of its annual Bat Beauty Contest. The week-long competition ended on Halloween and was based on photos submitted primarily by government biologists who work with the winged mammals in 12 states. According to Oregon Public Broadcasting, this year's winner, a male hoary bat named Hoary Potter and the Guano of Fire, triumphed over bats including Sir Flapsalot, Battler Swift, and Robert Battinson by receiving the most votes on BLM's Facebook and Instagram accounts. Grandma always knows just what to say. That's the premise behind New York's newly reopened Grandma Stand, a pop-up where passers-by can chat with a grandmother for advice or a sympathetic ear. According to the I Love the Upper West Side newsletter, Mike Matthews came up with the idea in 2012 when a coworker needed support. He suggested she call his grandmother Eileen. The conversation did the trick, and the idea for the Grandma Stand was born. Every Saturday, Mike selected a different NYC location to set up his lemonade stand-style booth, where Eileen would talk with New Yorkers, leading to many touching moments. He closed the stand in 2018 after Eileen died at the age of 102, but this fall brought it back with a rotation of 6 grandmas, 3 in person and 3 virtual, all of whom he says are more listeners than talkers. Grandmas just care about you and who you are, he says. They have seen it all, and they are raw and real. If you know someone in need of a grandma chat or have a grandma who'd like to apply, you can find out more at Grandma Stand, all one word, on Instagram and TikTok. Still ahead, a basketball hoopster literally reaching new heights. But first, today's KidNuz quiz. What country did the top 3 New York City Marathon women's finishers come from? Kenya. What can customers get at Krispy Kreme tomorrow with an I voted sticker? A free donut. What is Collins Dictionary's word of the year? Brat. The Bureau of Land Management holds an annual beauty contest for what? Bats. In today's KidNuz Kicker, he's literally the big man on campus. Incoming University of Florida basketball player Olivier Rioux is not only the tallest player on his team, he's the world's tallest teen according to the Guinness Record Book. And that's not all. At 7 feet 9 inches tall, the cheerful freshman known as Ollie will make basketball history this season when he becomes the tallest ever to play college hoops. According to the Associated Press, Ollie is a full 2 inches taller than the former top tall guy, Kenny George of UNC, and is used to attracting attention. He says growing up in Canada, he was taller than most of his teachers in elementary school, as he reached 6 feet at age 8 and 7 feet by 7th grade. His parents and siblings were tall, but none reached 7 feet. At my Mima's house, we had the wall where me and my brother used to measure ourselves. And then one day, poof, my brother was gone, Ollie said, remembering when he outgrew his entire family. He wears a size 20 shoe, ducks to get through most doorways, and can dunk a basketball with his feet on the ground. While it's unknown if he'll be a star on his college team, his coaches say he's already the fan favorite. Before we go, shout-outs for our teachers and classrooms. Mrs. Dixon's Rangers at Pine Ridge in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Mrs. Campbell's Eagles at St. Stephen's School in Kingsville, Maryland. And Mrs. Murphy's 6th grade Tigers at Blair Point Upper School in Peru, Indiana. Thanks for listening. Please rate, review, subscribe, and share KidNuz with all your friends and family. And we'll see you back here for more KidNuz tomorrow morning.